So greetings, beloveds.
Hi, beloveds.
We are thrilled that you're here.
We're
Honestly
so excited
thrilled.
we can hardly sit in our chairs.
I know, we can hardly sit in our chairs. We wanted to tell you about what the bunnies have in mind. We are initiating a series of trips that we are going to be calling Heart Quests. And I thought of this name because when I thought about it, what we really want to do is look for the heart. The heart of the matter, the heart of the world, the heart of our inner beings.
Yes.
And we'll be visiting sacred places around the world. And our first destination is going to be Peru. Peru. And this will be in September 2012. So we have a bit of time. But we want to get you informed about it, and so that if you're interested, we'll keep you apprised of the latest developments.
And get your passport up to date, or get one if you don't have one.
And while I'm on it, you know, if you have a passport, look at it and make sure that it's going to be good beyond September 2012. You want to have it, make sure it's 6 months. That's not going to lapse before 6 months.
Absolutely.
Anyway. All that being aside, we wanted to tell you about the trip. Now, I want to tell you about the details. We are working still with our travel agency and our contacts down in Peru, but I can give you some preliminary ideas about what we're looking at and some of the essential features of a heart quest to Peru. The first place, of course, after arriving in Lima, is going to Cusco, which is the ancient Incan capital. And we'll spend some time there looking around the ancient sites and doing ceremonies with one of the shamans that works there. We want to have him guide us and help us understand the Indian spirituality. After that, being in Cusco, and it's a beautiful place. One of the readings I had one time told me that Cusco is one of the only two places in the world that has a perfect dreamscape. The other place that has a perfect dreamscape, that is the way it's set up, is Santa Fe, he said. Santa Fe and Cusco are the only two places. Anyway, so we'll be there, and we'll be then taking our private bus and going into the Sacred Valley and visiting several areas that have ancient ruins, such as Pisac and Chinchero, where we'll visit the Earth Altar. And we have a very special destination planned in the Sacred Valley at a yoga center if that works out. I'm still working with them, but this is a beautiful place to base ourselves for a couple of days while we're in the Sacred Valley. And then, one of the highlights of the trip in our life, of course, you've already guessed it, we'll be going to the fabled Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu, and spending at least a couple of days there. We'll have time to spend time there, be there and be with the land and feel what it's like. You know, no one quite knows for sure what Machu Picchu was all about. It was discovered only in the past, about a century ago, but they feel it was a dimensional portal. That's why it was up so high. Anyway, that's a very interesting thing.
So as you can see, it's what we're inviting you into is an experience with each other in community on the land on this pilgrimage called a Heart Quest.
Yeah.
And there will be awakenings, and there will be a remembering, you know, that happens in your body, and we'll describe it however you describe it.
Because you'll be traveling like Kirk and I like to travel, and that is, Kirk and I are not really interested to travel like tourists anymore. We want to travel as pilgrims. We want to be with the people, be with the land, and experience as much as we can as foreigners. And that's why we wanted to engage one of the shamans to be able to help us bridge that gap. And I do speak fluent Spanish, and so I'll be able to help you as an interpreter, and I enjoy doing that very much, don't I?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So after being in the Sacred Valley, we have in mind then taking the journey, a day's journey down to a place called Puno, which is in the southern part of Brazil. Not Brazil.
We'll go there next.
We'll go there next. I want to tell you about that. I want to tell you about the next trip. We're going to Peru first. Anyway, this is the southern part of Peru, and this is where Lake Titicaca is. It's called Lake Titicaca, and this is a very important power center, spiritual power center of Peru and of the world. There are power places there. There's the Amante Island, which is called the Center of Light. And there's also ancient ruins and temples there, energetic sources that we'll just feel with the help of our guide and shaman. And then we'll come back to Lima, and that will be about again, don't quote me on this, but we're looking at about 10 to 12 days travel, plus 2 days of international travel. It'll take you 1 day to get down to Peru and then a day to get back to the United States, adding on 2 days, but about 10 days approximately in Peru. And this is going to be a small group. We're not taking a lot of people because we want this to be intimate.
Absolutely.
So including Kirk and me, we're thinking of about 12 people. So that means we can have 10 beloveds accompanying us on this particular trip. And by the way, if there's a demand, we'll be doing it again.
Of course.
But what we wanted to invite you to do at this time is, you'll see the opt-in box right here, and we'd like to invite you to opt in and give us your name and details so that we can keep you informed of the developments. Even if you're not sure if you'll be going along or not, we can at least keep you informed so that you know when it's happening and what the deadlines are. And I would expect in the next couple of 3 weeks we'll be able to tell you particulars such as costs and so on. So we are so thrilled about this.
We're absolutely just kind of
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's been a heart's desire for us to lead people on pilgrimages and to wake up as you know, all of our work is about coming home to our bodies. So really waking up more fully and having this wonderful, extraordinary way to do it in community together.
So we'd love to hear from you, and also about if there's other places you'd like to visit. My Freudian slip showed, and I mentioned Brazil, but because our next one we're thinking that we'd like to do is, we've never been down to Brazil to see John of God. Some of you know one of the great healers of the world. He lives in Brazil, and we'd like to go to his Crystal Palace and visit him, which is possible to do in central Brazil. But that's another one, maybe.
So next time, but
this time
this one is so exciting.
So don't forget to leave us your name and details so we can be in touch with you around this trip and around future Heart Quests.
And they put that in the opt-in box.
Yeah, the opt-in box is good.
Great. All right, beloveds, thanks. Love. Namaste.